this piece, I want to talk about critical illness cover, but it's for the 21st century. Now, first of all, I want to talk about traditional, the old type of critical illness cover, which I did not like very much, and many of our customers didn't like too much either. And I'll describe why, and then I'm going to move on to this new 21st century type of critical illness cover. So traditionally, it's been around for about 40 years as critical illness. And generally speaking, there's up to about 40 conditions that are listed within this policy. Now, importantly, you're not going to die. If you're going to die, then life insurance is the policy that you want and that you would be claiming on. So it means that you're going to survive one of these hideous conditions. Now, I said that traditionally there's about 40. Within that, there's three main conditions that by a country mile take up something like 80 or 90% of all claims, and that's heart attack, stroke, and cancer. So let's say you had a heart attack. You've not died, otherwise the life cover policy would be the relevant policy to claim on. You've survived it, but clearly it's been a real trauma, been a lot of upset, upheaval. Maybe you've been off work for a while. Maybe you've got to change your job, or you've got gone to light duties, or perhaps you've got to adapt the house in some way. You know, there's been some real impact. However, here's the thing. Behind the scenes of this headline label of heart attack is a very strict definition, a written explicit definition of what the insurer says is the acceptable severity for the heart attack. And they look at your claim and put it alongside it, and it either is at the right severity or it isn't. So in other words, you either will be able to claim or you won't. It's black and it's white. It's as simple as that. So let's say you had a £200,000 cover for critical illness. You're either going to get £200,000 or zero, nothing. Go away, don't knock on our doorstep because you weren't eligible. And it's really blunt instrument in that way. And that's what I really don't like about it. So what I really love about these new modern is that they're just fairer. Not only is there 174 conditions, there's a list as long as your arm in terms of the conditions. What's more importantly, let's stick to this example of the heart attack. The more modern providers of this type of cover have not one, but 4 levels of definition of what a heart attack is, from the minor, if there's such a thing, heart attack, right up to the severe heart attack. So when you put your claim in, they compare it to all the definitions. And if it's at the severe end, you'll get your 100% payout. There you go. There's your £200,000. You know, get on with your life, sort out, you know, your job situation, your home, whatever turmoil has gone on as a result of that heart attack. Or it might be, oh, well, actually, it was only like a warning type heart attack. Yeah, you were off for a little while, but actually there's been no real impacts, you know, significantly, and you've been able to go back to work. However, and so it's right at the lower end. So, okay, you've hit the 25% one. So there's 100% payout, a 75%, a 50, 25%. So it might be you therefore get paid out £50,000, the 25% of the cover amount. So you still get something commensurate with the level of severity. Seems a little fairer. On top of this, if you had a pot of £200,000 of cover and you claimed 25%, so 50k payout, there's still 150k in the kitty. So if you really had bad luck and there's yet another claim in the future, heart attack or any other of the 173 further conditions, then you can still put another claim in and get a payout on, you know, if something hideous has happened to you in the future. Really, I really like this policy. It just feels right and fair and balanced. Now, here's the thing that the insurers are doing, because they are clearly recognise from a pure commercial point of view that what type of customer do we want? Well, we really want those that are fit and healthy to start with, because they're less likely to claim. They're less likely to have a heart attack. They're less likely to have a stroke or some of the other conditions. So how do we attract customers who are either already in a routine of exercise and keeping fit, or we incentivize them to get into those good habits? And so what the insurer does is, in the way that Fitbits and, like I'm wearing a Garmin watch, you can sync to an app. Then the insurer provides an app and you can sync to that, and it uploads that data. So the insurer says, right, we can see that you're doing some swimming, cycling, running, whatever it happens to be, whatever exercise it is. We convert that data into points. The points then convert into reduced premiums. So if there's going to be less numbers of claims, some of that saving is passed on to you in cheaper premiums. Again, just seems fairer, doesn't it? And the final thing, if you're into these things, they also dangle a few shiny little carrots, and they'll offer you free cinema tickets, free coffees. I think it's a Cafe Nero, reduced price on tech, gym memberships, considerably cheaper, that sort of stuff as well. There's a whole list of either free or highly discounted items for those that want the extra bonuses there. So really love this product. Reasonably new on the market. So again, if it's something, have you been thinking of critical illness policy? You know, normally it's a trigger. You don't wake up in the morning thinking, oh, I must have critical illness today, but sometimes something's happened. It could be a family member that's had a scare, or sadly been diagnosed with a cancer, and you think, wow, okay, we're not going to live forever. You know, we are just mortals here, and we are susceptible to these things happening, and it can turn your life upside down. So does it make you think? Maybe you've already got a critical illness policy. Maybe it's one of the traditional ones that I've just described. And is it worth moving to one of these new types of critical illness policy? Then look, at the end of this video, there is a link to our online diary. So click the link, book on there. There's two options, one for mortgages, one for insurance. So click on the insurance one, speak to our insurance team, and they'll give you a lot more information on this. See whether it's something that might be suitable for you. I'll give you some quotations, no commitment, and you need to be further informed to see if it's something that is relevant for you.